Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Racing 3. Today we'll be doing 75% of 6-cylinder Annihilation series. Last episode we did 50% and we're going to be using the BMW 1 Series M Coupe. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that the 1 Series has actually been with us since the very first series. And minimum PR 17, meaning that the Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec is unusable because it only has 15 PR even when fully upgraded. I'm not sure if you can still use it because the race button is still on yellow. I think previously it would be gray if its minimum PR is too low, but it is a cup 4 laps at Laguna Seca, meaning that we are probably going to get the full 22 car grid, but no problem because within the first corner we can get lots and lots of overtakes, maybe even through halfway through the whole grid. And yep, it is going to be the full 22 car grid. And also there are BMW S drives, meaning that the fastest cars in these series are already popping out in the races. I think in the last episode we were only seeing GTR V specs, which is the slowest car. Now we're already seeing some of the fastest cars in this series. But look at that, they're already pulling away. But now in the first corner, we're going to get lots of overtakes here around the outside. We just need to keep it within the line. Look at that, we're getting lots of overtake. More than 5 places up around the outside for this white fellow 1 series. And look at that, we're already almost halfway through the whole grid, up to 13th, and then here we're going to get into 11th place from this white Skyline, and we have already gotten more than halfway through the whole grid, up to 10th place now. And now we're pulling, now we're going to catch up to this 370Z, now to the middle of both of these S drives, two of the fastest cars in this series, and we just passed them like cake. Now we're up to top 7, and now we're chasing the 6th place Nissan 370Z. And there we go, already up to 6th place, catching up very quickly to the 5th place super slow Skylines. And that's actually good for us, even though it says minimum PR, so you shouldn't be allowed. But because the bots are allowed, we can easily overtake them. Now around the outside again, lots of overtakes around the outside, up to 5th place, and we're going to get 4th place here, I think, just down the inside. But then we go off the track and we're able to keep 4th place, but then we lose it to the white Skyline. I think we overtook that for 6th place, got 2 overtakes, getting small hits here and there, but our acceleration is just too great, and we take back 4th place. And now we're going to start the second lap of the race of 4 laps, already up into 4th place. We're going to be chasing very quickly to this 3rd place 370Z. And look at that, already in the first corner we can get lots of overtakes here and gain a lot of time to cars in front of us in that first 2 corners. Now around the outside, so many overtakes around the outside, up to 3rd place, and 2nd place is another 370Z. I think that is the 3rd fastest car, and this one is the 1 series is the 2nd fastest car. But now we have already taken 2nd place in the race, and we're chasing the 1st place. I think that is a 370Z or the S drive. Even if it's the S drive, which in terms of PR is faster than the 1 series, we'll still be able to win it. And actually it's the 370Z. This is gonna be an easy overtake. Top 3 were all Nissan 370Zs, but with us now we have taken the lead of the American Grand Prix, and now we're pulling away, we're starting to pull away from the 2nd place 370Z. And in the second lap we have already taken the lead, which should mean we could get maybe just around 500 yards between us and 2nd place at the end of this race. We can also try to get a fast lap. Our lap for to beat at 2nd lap is going to be, I think, just about 1 minute 30 or 1 minute 20. Okay, now we're accelerating out of the final corner into the finish line, and our time to beat is 1 minute 24.6. Let's try to get to 1 minute 20. But now we're going into the first corner of the 3rd lap of the race. Even if we go off track here, we can get another try at it in the final lap, which is the 4th lap, sliding a little bit out of the I think that is the 2nd corner. But now we're pulling away from the 370Cs. Almost cannot see them in the rear view mirror there. In the first person actually it feels, oh no, we have gone off track into the corner, and we have lost our lap time, because if you go off track your lap is almost always deleted. But now we can still do another fast lap in the 4th lap of the race, and we can just use this lap to pull away from 2nd place. Now we're going, I think this corner right after here is called a corkscrew. I'm not sure what's the actual name of it in this track, but I believe this is called a corkscrew, like other corners are called chicanes or hairpins. But now we're going into the final section of the track to start the fourth lap of the race. And look at that, in here we can actually easily slide off just like there. We're luckily able to keep it within the lines on the curb. But now we're into the final corner of the race, and we should start the fourth lap of the race. Now we're exiting the final corner and we're going to go into the finish line. This one doesn't really count, so we'll just ignore it. But now we're going to start the fastest lap again. Final lap of the race on the fourth lap of the race. Now into the first corner. Let's try to keep it within the lines. And also, I've memorized almost all the braking points on this track. So we should be able to be set, and hopefully we don't make any mistakes right now. Okay, now we're pulling away even more. 300 yards. I think we can get 500 yards between us and second place, which is already a pretty big distance. I think if we overtook it before at the start of the second lap, we could go for 750. But with that mistake, I think we did lose a little bit of time. But now we're into a straight here, and we have so far made no mistakes. We didn't go off in the same part as we did in the last lap. Look at that, that was a great corner. And we're pulling away even more, just about 600 yards between us and the second place into the corkscrew here. And we are making through this pretty nicely. And actually, sometimes you can go off track unintentionally because it's a blind corner where if once you got past it, oh no, I think that counted within the lines. We're just on the curb there, right on the edge. But now we're going into the final corner of the race on the final lap. And now we're accelerating into the finish line right here. Now it's on our mini-map. And there we go, we have now won the American Grand Prix. And actually, let's check now our fastest lap of the race, just under 6 minutes. And I think that was just 6,000 RS, 1 minute 23. I think our second lap was 1 minute 24, but look at how quickly we are compared to the other cars right there. Last place was a BMW S-Drive. Even though that's the fastest car in this series, it has gone all the way down in last place, but we lost almost all of our condition there. Okay guys, our next race is going to be a head-to-head at Mount Panorama, but it is now the showcase for the BMW 1 Series. And if you've been following the channel, you know that after the showcase of a car is finished, we'll be moving on to the next car. So this will be the final race in this series for the BMW 1 Series M Coupe. I think there is still one more series with the M Coupe in Pro Amateur. I think it is called Coupe Clash. So we will see it in the future. But it is a head-to-head. Let's try to do maybe a 5-second stop for 5. Okay, there we go. We're starting the race. Let's wait 5 seconds because this track is quite long. We're fully upgraded, fully serviced. Not just outside of the red zone, so we're basically perfect condition. And now we're going to start the race 5 seconds later from first place. And it is actually another BMW because that the showcase, you can only use that car of that showcase. Now we're going into the first few corners of the race, into the uphill section. I'm pretty good at it, but I think the best section is for me in the final straight, and also in the downhill section. Look at that, we're going very, very slowly, but we're noticeably catching up to the first place BMW. I think we could have even won with a 10-second stop. I don't think I've done 10-second stops before in head-to-head, but now we have taken the lead of the Australian Grand Prix within the first lap because there's only one lap. I think head-to-head usually should have only one lap. I have had head-to-heads I think up to 4 laps. But now we're going to start the downhill section of the track, and now we're going to go really fast, but you have to brake quite a lot during this section. And also in this track is where I got my personal record of most distance between second and first place, where I was in first place with over 2,000 yards between second place. That is my personal record on this very track, with another BMW, the S-Drive, which we're actually going to go very soon right after this race, and also the time trial. But now we're into the straight. Look at how quickly we are pulling away. If you just nail and find the breaking point of that final corner before the straight, you can get so much distance between you and second place. And now we're going into this chicane here, where if you just miss it by even 1 meter, you go completely off the track and you lose a lot of time. And now we're going into the final corner of the race with only 1 lap. And now we're exiting the final corner, and there's already the finish line. And there we go, guys. We have now won the Australian Grand Prix, and we will be moving on to the next race. Okay, guys, we are now in the next tier, the Maplethorpe Tires Australasian Exposition. I don't know if you know what that means, but the time trial, I'm actually posting it on my other channel, Nievoy, which is just Uvain backwards, and also I'm going to post extra content on that. And because the showcase has been completed, we are going to the next car, the BMW Z4S Drive 35IS. Oh my goodness, that is a huge name. It is Melbourne. It is a head-to-head again with 3 laps, guys. Can you imagine that? Only one car you have to overtake for over 3 laps, and it is a 370Z. It's gonna be way too easy this time. We have the fastest car versus the second fastest car. And actually, let's turn on the heads-up display. Okay, there it is. Let's do a 10-second stop this time because 3 laps at Melbourne. Probably I'm almost perfect at this track. 7, 8, 9, and now we're starting the race. I don't think I've done a 10 seconds wait before, but this is probably the best chance we have at the head-to-head, even with the 10-second wait. Now we're going to start in the first corner of the race. I don't think I can even see them on the minimap nearby the car. Now we're going into the first few corners. I think we'll be able to overtake them in the first 2 laps, but now I don't even see them in my regular view. But now we're going through these corners. I think right after this corner, I'm just about perfect in the braking points and accelerating points. And I don't think I think I saw them. But now we're going into the final section of the track. And I think, oh my god, yeah, I do see them. That is the 370Z right there. We're chasing it very quickly. I don't think we even hit any walls during this whole lap. I think in the first lap, we're actually able to win the race. Okay, around the, oh my goodness, it's just super close. Now into exiting the final corner, and we have now taken the lead within the first lap of the race, even though we waited 10 full seconds. Even a little bit of a delay because I had the reaction time after the 10 seconds, but now we have taken the lead of the race within the first lap, and we're starting the second lap into the first corner, now into the, oh my goodness, so much talking. But now we're going into a straight here, and we're already going to start pulling away. I think even I think if we done the race without the weight, we could have done 750 yards. But anyways, that does not matter. We're just here to win races and also not damage any of our cars visually. But now we're exiting the final few corners, and we're going to start the final, I think this is the final section of the track, into the chicane here, where if you, oh no, we just hit the wall on the door there. And if you nail that section, those chicanes, and also the first few corners of the track, you almost can always win this race, because the middle section is kind of easy. It's just a bunch of straights and tight 90-degree corners. Now we're starting the final lap of the race, the third lap of the race, into the first corner. And right after here, if you know how to get to this corner without losing too much speed or hitting the walls, you almost always guaranteed to win this race. Now we're going into these 90 degrees and then into the straights. Already 500 yards actually. I think we could have gotten 750 if we pushed a little bit more, even with the 10-second wait. But I think in that final corner we'll just be short. Now we've gotten 600 yards. I think we could actually do it 750 yards between us and second place, even after a 10-second wait within 3 laps. Now we're pulling away even more, and now we're going into a chicane here. We need to go really quickly through this final section, and I don't think, oh my goodness, no, we just hit the wall. There's 700 yards. I see it, 700 yards. No, I think it is just too short. 720 yards, 721 yards, just short of 750, but 750 is still a huge distance, even after waiting for 10 full seconds, a little bit more than that. Oh my goodness, our fastest lap was 10 seconds faster than the 370Z. That just shows how much of a difference the fastest car and the second slowest car is. Okay, so our next race is going to be a drag race at Suzuki Circuit. I'm pretty good at drag races, but one of my biggest problems in drag races is that they're too rare, so that I don't experience them too often, so I don't really practice. I can't really practice my starts because those starts I'm usually really slow because sometimes it takes so long to go to green. But our first car we need to beat is a super slow Sky, and we're definitely going to win this race. And oh my god, look at that! I was waiting so long for the to go green. Oh my goodness. It is a yellow super slow Skyline. I think this I'm perfect at the shifts. I almost get always perfect shifts, but the starts are super slow. But this car is super fast, perfect shift. I think this car's acceleration is fast enough that it's good, and also it's slow enough that I can handle it doing the perfect shift. I think we got all perfect shifts there. The next car is another super slow Skyline. It's actually nice. They're matte gray with those I think those wheels are called spindle. But now I'm starting the race again. Oh my goodness, look at how powerful the S drive is compared the fastest car, fully upgraded, fully conditioned, versus the super slow Skylines are likely not fully upgraded. But it is another BMW. I think it is the S drive. Oh my goodness, that's oh my. I think that was a 1 second time reaction. That was a super slow start, but luckily we're fully upgraded and fully conditioned, so we easily win this race. I think almost all of our shifts this race were perfect shifts, and we have now won the Japanese Grand Prix, and we'll be moving on to the next race. Okay guys, our next race is going to be a head-to-head at Spa-Francorchamps, the Belgian Formula 1 Grand Prix. I'm pretty good at this track, and 2 laps. There's going to be more than, I think there's 4 minutes long race. And head-to-head means only one car. I think we can do another 10-second wait, maybe even 15. I think that's going to be a new personal record, waiting 15 seconds and still winning. Oh my goodness, and it is a super slow Skyline, the fastest car versus the slowest car in the series. I think we have to do the 15-second wait because this is fully upgraded, fully conditioned, the fastest car in the whole series. And that's 10 seconds now. 5, 4, 3, wait, no, 2, 1, and there we go. Now we're starting a 15-second wait. This track is super long, and also there's 2 laps, us in the fastest car and they're in the slowest car. I think this is the best odds we've had to winning a race. I've almost nailed every single breaking point of the corners in Spa-Francorchamps. I really like this circuit, and only I think Eau Rouge is where I could improve. And now we're just about to start into Eau Rouge de la Radion, and we're going into the first big straight of the track. And also this car has great top speed, so maybe even in the final straight we'll be able to overtake him. I think maybe if we overtake it in the first lap, we could do a 20 seconds wait. But let's just do a 15 just for now because I don't want to jinx it. But now we're going into the in the second sector of the track. Already just about 1 minute. But in the second sector, I should be able to overtake him because this section has a lot of twists and turns where I've memorized almost all of the breaking points. And there it is, guys. I'm seeing it. 280 yards. We're definitely going to be able to overtake that. It might seem like a lot, but if we can get 700 yards between us and second place, after waiting for 10 seconds on Melbourne, I think we'll definitely be overtaking within 280 yards. Now after a few corners, we're going to start the final sector of the track, the third sector. And there it is, guys. I just see it. The super slow Skyline in chrome. I like chrome, but not enough for me to choose it over the matte black with the light blue. And there it is, guys. I'm seeing it quite clearly now. I think in the final sector we can just use our acceleration and top speed alone to overtake him. Now going into the final sector of the final sector of the track, and look at that, guys. We're just about to accelerate to him, 130 miles per hour. I think we can get just about 150 miles. But now we look at how quickly we're catching up into the final few. After this is going to be the final chicane. Look at how much we just got up right there, and now we have taken the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix within the first lap. We definitely could have waited for 20 seconds, a new personal record. I think the only way to wait for 30 seconds is when with some in the later series where our car is just really fast and compared to the super slow cars. But now we're starting the final lap of the Belgian Grand Prix, and now into the first corner. I almost cannot even see them now from the rear mirror. Look at how quickly they just disappear from us. Just a tiny little speck, smaller than an ant. Now I actually cannot even see them. Now going to Rouge de la Radion. Also, we can easily make mistakes, so they could still overtake us. Actually, no, never mind. I take that back. I cannot even see them in the rear view mirror. If you can see them in the rear view mirror, props to you. But we're now going to start the second sector of the race just after this corner right here. 140 miles per hour. I think we got actually no, maybe we just got 145 miles per hour in that final straight, but now we're pulling away even more. I actually cannot see them. I think they're actually gone from the rear view mirror. And actually, I don't know why, but the mirrors on this car are gray, even though the paint of it is matte black, and I've put light blue vinyls completely all over it with blue with the paint over. I'm not sure what paint through. I'm not sure why that happens. I think there's a different car that had this issue where the mirrors were not properly colored. I think it was this car as well in Street Spec Skirmish. But now we're going to start the final sector of the race after these few corners. And 500 yards. You know what? Actually, we could have gotten 1,000 yards in 2 laps because the skyline is absolutely horrendous. This car, I think, has more than 2 times the amount of PR. I think this car has 31 PR and the Skyline has 15.5. Okay, there it is. Now we're going to start the final sector. 600 yards. Look at how quickly we're pulling away. 140 miles per hour. Let's try to get 155. There we go. 145 miles per hour. Just about one. Oh, what? We actually did get 150 miles per hour. 9. Oh my goodness. We just. Oh, wait. No, actually, we have to go through this chicane, which means our distance has to go down very quickly. I think another track where you lose a lot of time is at Mount Panorama, because the final chicane and the final corner makes you go really slow. But there we go, guys. We have now won the Belgian Grand Prix with a huge margin between us, just over 5 minutes. But now we'll be moving on to the next race. Okay guys, our next race is another drag race, this time at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I was seeing that these drag races are usually rare, but right next year we have another drag race. I think I'll start practicing these drag races because my timing for the launches are really bad. The shifts I've almost learned perfectly, just in the middle of the red line and the next gear. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, you just have to see it. Okay, Indianapolis Motor Speedway drag race. I think it is just about all drag races are the same. That's pretty nice color, gloss teal, but it is a super slow skyline. We're definitely going. Oh my goodness, come on, man! Like you have to wait so long, but then it's so short to actually launch your car. But this car is insanely fast. The light blue Skyline. Also, it has the same wheels as us for our Skyline. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! It had to be there. It had to be there. That start. Oh my goodness! Wait, I've never been disqualified, but I don't want to get disqualified. Okay, again, this time let's be sure and actually get a slow start instead of being disqualified. Okay, there we go. Now we're into the first gear. Holy shift. Okay, there, just about there, you have to shift it in the middle of the red line, there, in the middle of the red zone, and the gear, oh my goodness, I don't know how to explain it, but you guys get what I mean, right? Okay, the next one is a BMW 1 Series. It's a little bit harder, but we are fully upgraded, fully serviced, and also in the fastest car of the series. Look at that, already pulling away from the 1 Series. Had a good acceleration, but our top speed just too great. Look at that, we actually almost got the same distance between us and second place. And the next car is oh my goodness, it is another S-Drive. We need to win this race, and there we go. Oh my goodness, that's super slow. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay, there we go. Wait, no, that's the 370Z. There we go, we have now taken the lead. We have now pulled away, and now another perfect shift, and there we go. We have now won the American Grand Prix Oh my goodness, almost got disqualified. But now we'll be moving on to the next race. Okay, guys, our next race is going to be a cup, but it is now the showcase for the BMW S Drive. But because this is the final car, the fastest car in the series, we're actually going to be keep using this even after its showcase has finished, because there is no car to move later on to. It is going to be 2 laps and a cup at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 2 races in a row now, a drag race and then a cup. I think the oval it'll be this time. Yep, it is going to be the oval. I'm pretty good at the oval and the track circuit version. And oh my goodness, wait, it is the showcase, meaning that it is going to be all BMW S Drive 35IS, and that name is still huge, just like how many cars we have. Oh wait, no, that's 16 cars instead of the regular 22. I think this game is saying that we're too bad to that we're going to lose with 22 cars, but we all know that we're going to win this race even if we had 22 cars. And also we're getting lots of overtakes here. Oh my goodness, someone just got absolutely taken out. Look at them, he's completely off the track. It sucks to be that guy, but now we're chasing first place BMW. We definitely have to see that moment in the race replay. Now we have taken the lead of the American Grand Prix within the first 2 corners. I think this only has 4 corners. But actually no, maybe oval means 2 corners. But now we're into the straight, and there's the finish line. I just about see it. 3 laps. No, 2 laps. We should be able to win this race very easily. Yeah, actually, maybe even with 22 cars, we could have won within the first lap. But now we're starting the final lap of the race, the second lap of the race, going into the first corner. I think this should be 4 corners because it's like a rounded off rectangle. But now we're into the second big straight of the track, and 170 miles per hour. I think the only time I've gotten more than 170 miles per hour is at the final straight of Mount Panorama just before the chicane. And actually, you can just say between 165 and 170 miles per hour in the BMW, and you can almost just cruise straight into victory. That was a pretty easy race actually, but we need to check that replay. But there it is, guys. I just about see the finish line, and let's start dancing around, and that's the finish line on the minimap, and there we go. We have now won the American Grand Prix. Pretty easy. We already took the lead within the first lap, just under 2 minutes. But now we need to see that race replay. Okay, there it is. Go into chase mode, fast forward. Let's see what happened between those yellow and that gray BMW. And okay, just about right here after this corner. Okay, there they are. And look, see, I think what happened was just that the gray BMW just got clipped by the yellow. Actually, I'm not sure how, but we didn't even get hit by the BMW, even though if you showed me this picture and asked me would the blue car get hit, I absolutely would have said yes, but we were just going way too... Wait, what? We were just going way too fast to be hit by that BMW. I think no one else was hit. Maybe that yellow behind it. Wait. I think that the yellow BMW, there was another yellow BMW. I think that was also hit. Yeah, I think that yellow BMW got hit as well from that gray BMW. Maybe, I'm not sure. Or maybe it just managed to dodge out of the way, or it was the gray BMW was too slow. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit more and let's see. Did the yellow BMW get hit? Oh wait, I think it did get hit, but it's super hard to tell. They should update this camera replay system, because it's basically been the same for like 3 years. But look, see, I think it did get hit by that. I think the yellow BMW, the other yellow BMW, get hit by that gray BMW. And look, see, the skid marks. It goes all the way off the track there. Look at that, all the way there. I think just behind, in that section right there, is where he ended up. You know, that's actually quite realistic, because sometimes these accidents do happen in real life, in real motorsports. Look, see how far he ended up into the... I think he went all the way last place, but for some reason it looks like there's only a few cars, even though there's 16. Maybe it's just not rendering because it's... Wait, what is that red thing right there? I think it's not rendering it because they're far away. But now let's go back to the racing, and we'll go to the next race. Okay, guys, our next race is going to be the final race of the episode, the time trial for the BMW Z4 S-Drive 35IS. Oh my goodness. And it is the showcase, but because this is the last car in the series, we're not going to be moving on to the next car because there is no next car, even though time trials showcase is finished. And usually I don't show the time trial, but because this is the race where we get 75%, I will be showing it, and I'll show the full version in my other channel, Neovoy, which is just Evane backwards. And actually, this is just pretty boring. I just got a basic lap time without any mistakes, basically first try. So I'll just skip right to the end, and we'll get our rewards there. Okay, there's the final corner now, exiting it, and there we go. We have now won the Australian Grand Prix, and because this is the time trial, oh my goodness, just under 2 minutes. Come on, man. But because we did get the 5000 RS group level up bonus, yep, we did get Group A top 1%, 14 seconds faster than everyone else. I don't want to shame my teammates, but that's pretty slow. But now, because it is a time trial, we will not get a trophy. We'll go straight to the rewards. There we go, guys. We have now completed 75% of 6-cylinder Annihilation series. Our reward of 11,000 RS, but most importantly, 11 gold. So I'm just completing 75%. Super easy. And now we'll get our rewards. Now we've already 100 gold. We actually need 300 gold just to buy 2 cars on Pro Am. But there it is, guys. Our next episode, we're going to be doing 100%. But that's it for this episode. So like, subscribe, and bye, guys.